If you didn't know already, in South Korea, thousands of teenagers wake up every day and spend more hours studying than you spend being awake. Seriously. A lot of people see these students and assume they're super disciplined, but in reality, most of them just want to finish school and join an esports team. A good number don't even bother showering, and their top productivity hack: drinking a full iced Americano between every subject. So how do they do it? What's their secret to staying productive all the time? Well, it's actually pretty simple. I was about to spend weeks reading productivity books to figure it out, but thankfully, short form let me read all of them in just a few hours. Short form provides in-depth guides to practically any book you could want, including bestsellers on money, productivity, and business. For example, I read the guide to Ali Abdaal's Feel Good Productivity, and short form even included exercises to help apply what I learned. Here are 3 takeaways, one of which explains why I only upload once a month. Unlike me, though, short form releases new book guides and articles every week, and subscribers get to vote on which books get covered. So what I've realized is that productivity is really just a cycle, and here's how it works. First, you feel motivated. That motivation pushes you to do work. Finishing work makes you feel accomplished, which gives you even more motivation to keep going. And the cycle repeats. The more motivated you are, the more work you do. The more work you do, the more motivated you get. So, next time you think about productivity, just picture this cycle. It simplifies everything, but it's easy to remember, especially when you wake up feeling unmotivated. And this explains a lot. For example, how can you procrastinate on an essay for 3 weeks, but suddenly, 30 minutes before it's due, you turn into Shakespeare? It's because when you realize the deadline is in 30 minutes, your motivation skyrockets, speeding up the cycle. And at that point, no amount of distractions, exhaustion, or boredom can stop you. This also explains why having a to-do list makes you more productive. Every time you check something off, you're telling your brain, "Hey, I finished something." That little win makes you feel good, which gives you more motivation to tackle the next task. That's why the most productive people always use detailed to-do lists. If you break down a big task, like homework, into smaller, specific steps, it reduces confusion and gives you multiple motivation boosts as you complete each item. So, if you want to keep the cycle running smoothly, make a to-do list and make it detailed. More detailed. Even more. Okay, that's good. And if you're feeling unmotivated, you can still kickstart the cycle with a few self-motivation tricks. Point 1. Remind yourself why you're doing this and what your end goal is. Point 2. Focus on what you actually enjoy about the work. Point 3. Challenge yourself. Set a timer for an hour and see how much you can get done. Pretend it's an essay due in 1 hour and you haven't started yet. After all, procrastination is the best motivation. So why not create your own deadline? Point 4. Build work into your daily routine. If you add it to an existing habit like your morning or evening routine, eventually it'll feel weird not to do it. And no one likes feeling weird. That said, you don't need motivation to get the cycle started. You can also just start with the work itself. For example, if you wake up feeling completely unmotivated, just start working anyway, even if it's only for a minute. Seriously, just 1 minute. Once you complete that tiny task, you're free to stop and do nothing. But chances are, you won't want to. That small bit of progress will give you just enough motivation to do another task, and before you know it, the cycle will be running at full speed. And that's the real secret. Don't wait for motivation. Start working and let motivation follow. Students at Oxford University are known for studying at least 40 hours a week. Even on days they feel unmotivated, they still have to wake up and study for 6 to 8 hours. But they don't wake up and think, all right, time to study for 40 hours. That would be overwhelming. Instead, they wake up and tell themselves, let's just start with 10 minutes. 12 hours later, they've somehow finished 2 textbooks, written 4 essays, and accidentally colonized 78 countries. Because getting stuff done is what motivates you, especially when nothing else does. Of course, the cycle can't go on forever. Fatigue, confusion, boredom, anxiety, and distractions all slow it down. The good news, you can deal with all of them. One of the best ways to reset is to take a break and go for a walk, especially outside. A walk gives you energy, clears your mind, calms anxiety, and lets you absorb your surroundings so you don't need distractions later. But besides walking, here's how to handle each problem. Boredom. Changing your work environment can be a game changer, even if it's just facing a different direction. You can work from the most ridiculous locations if you want, though be prepared for some weird looks. Doesn't matter. It's fun. Anxiety. Ask yourself a few key questions. Why am I anxious? Example, a big test is coming up. Is this fear reasonable? Not really, studying always helps. Will this matter in the long run? Probably not. 2 hours of studying is nothing in the grand scheme of things. What can I control? I can study, and if I fail, well, I can always just alter my grade with a pen. Distractions. Books say distractions kill deep work and prevent flow. The best solution? Take your phone, put it on silent, and leave it in another room. Hiding it works too. This is much better than just turning off notifications. And honestly, I don't even miss anything. No one calls me anyway. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.